Are kids' games advertising practices predatory? So imagine you go shopping for some clothes, and instead of seeing clothes hanging on racks or shoes or things like that, you see boxes. Maybe they're nice boxes, decorated. Maybe this one says shirts, this one says pants, this one over here says socks, I don't know. But you think, oh, I'm gonna get some socks, but you don't know what they're gonna look like. You don't know if it's the kind you want and the style you want, but it says a lower price and you get to buy it. And then you can have it, it's yours. Would you shop at that store? That's basically how a loot box works. You download a game for free, you play it for as long as you can without spending any money, and then decide, you know what, I want my character to have a different hat or a different skin on their gun, or maybe even something like a better gun to make me better at the game. So you go and look into the in-game store and find boxes there that cost less than buying individual items, but promise you some great opportunities to get some really cool gear. So you pay your $2.99, you open the box, disappointment. It's the pink and blue cotton candy baseball bat. That's not what you wanted. So another $2.99 to try again, and try again. This happened to a young gamer whose family is now suing Epic Games, who created Fortnite, saying that they promoted this potential great gear in their loot boxes, but it was really not that possible to win them. So their kids spent all this money trying to get stuff that was really not that likely for him to get. Now, Fortnite doesn't use loot boxes anymore. The things you can buy, little llama piñatas, kind of let you know what's going to be in there before you spend your money. But it hasn't always been that way, and that's where this lawsuit comes from. So this idea of saying you have a potential to get something great, and then you open the box and it's not what you thought, that's being interpreted by those who've put forward this lawsuit as predatory to kids. Probably doesn't help that it's cute little llamas and piñatas and things either. The issue for me here isn't necessarily should these people be allowed to sell things in their games. Freemium games, or games that you play for free and then only have to spend money if you want things to progress more quickly, or maybe you just want something decorative in the game. Those games have been around for a long time. It may surprise you that many of these free games are actually top earners in the app stores, because you can get into it for free and then spend little bits of money incrementally over time until before you know it, you got $1,000 on your credit card for a Farmville app. The issue that I question is, are these practices predatory? Are we setting our kids up to spend money without realizing what they're doing by calling it gems or calling it coins, or not requiring them to enter some sort of password in order to buy these things? If you're inclined to allow your kids to play Fortnite and other free-to-play games, it's important to understand that nothing's truly free. They're making money, and they're doing it through in-game purchases. There are ways to protect your kids from accidentally spending money. You can password protect your accounts. You can not give them credit card information. You can give them things like Visa gift cards so that when they spend the money you've allowed them to spend, it's gone until you reload it. If they play on a tablet or a smartphone, most of those devices have ways to set it up so they have to ask permission before spending money in a game or any app for that matter. The real issue here is that developers have figured out how to get past that gatekeeper, who is the parent, who will say, no, you can't get that app, it costs $5. So instead, yeah, you can have that app, it's free, and then the in-app purchases become appealing to the kid. Whether you put in passwords that they don't know before they can spend any money, or you give them limited amounts of money that they're allowed to spend, or maybe you just shut down in-app purchases altogether, so when they try to do it, it says you're not allowed to do this. Whatever method you use, it's important to talk to your kids about how this advertising works. Discuss with them that even though it looks cute and it looks cool and like something that they want, it may not be something they need. It may not be something they should be spending money on, especially your money, and especially if you didn't approve of it. Whatever method you choose, it is possible to keep your kids from being preyed on by these advertisers. We as parents just have to take the responsibility to learn, research, and take the steps necessary to keep them safe. Thank you for watching. I'm Michael Prince with BecauseFamily.org, FamilyTechBlog.com. Hey, I want to say a quick thank you to James Kinnison, who is so far our sole Patreon supporter. Patreon is a great way for those who enjoy and consume our content to partner with us as we make more content. This is going to help us to start an upcoming podcast we're working on with better media hosting and some things like that, as well as increase the quality of our equipment and our production, and maybe even our studio where we're able to set things up. So if you'd like to partner with us through Patreon and become a producer or an executive producer, a donor or a partner, you could visit patreon.com/becausefamily, and that is where you can learn about how to become a patron of our ministry and of these shows, these episodes and podcasts and things like that. So please visit patreon.com/becausefamily, and thank you, James Kinnison, so far our sole Patreon supporter.